Hello and welcome. My name is Charis Edenhofer, and this is another episode of Living in the Light of Love, empowering you to live a life in joy, love, and harmony. This episode is about the importance of relaxation and finding stress relief. So my question for you first is, are you looking for more peace and tranquility in your life? Are you looking to slow down? Do you have maybe problems with your job? Or are you putting yourself under pressure, trying to fulfill other people's needs, desires, and wants? Do you think that you have a lot of obligations you have to fulfill? All of these things cause us stress. These are all aspects which we can control if we're conscious of them. And exactly that is why and what we're talking about today. Becoming conscious of our ways we produce stress for ourselves. Yes, we produce stress for ourselves. We are totally and utterly responsible for the stress in our lives. It's not the boss, it's not the colleagues, it's not the workload, it's not the amount of things that you have to do. It is you and me and all of us, everybody for themselves, who's responsible for their own lives and for their own tranquility and peace and relaxation in their lives. If you look at the top 4 factors on why people are stressed, the first factor is job or work related. So look at yourself. How much stress does your job or your work cause you? On a scale of 1 to 10. Right now, score it on average per week. Then in the next one, the second place, where the second factor which causes us most stress is how much pressure we put ourselves under. So now reflect for yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how high are the expectations you have for yourself? Do you put yourself under a lot of pressure? Are you a perfectionist? Do you have to do everything on your own? And you don't like to give things away? Do you feel you have to do a lot of things rather than people telling you to do them? You already feel obliged to do them? Do you follow everybody's needs and wants and desires? All of these are factors of how much pressure you put yourself under. This was factor number 2. Factor number 3 is about relationship problems. So now look at the relationship or the lack of a relationship that you have, or conflicts with other family or friends, family members or friends. Look at your friends, family and relationship, your partner. How much stress is there in your life on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. Rate yourself right now. And then the 4th factor is sickness of a family member or a friend, somebody who's close to you. Do you have anybody like that? And if so, rate the amount of stress this causes you on a daily basis as well, from 1 to 10. 10 being the highest. And if you want, you can add a number 5, which is money. So any person that has troubles with money, this actually surprising, according to the study that I looked at from a big German health insurance company here, was only on the 5th place. So money problems here in Germany apparently aren't that high, although I do understand that it might be different in other countries. So rate for yourself your money, your financial situation at the moment. How much stress does this cause you on a daily basis from 1 to 10? Okay, so you should have a fairly good overview at the moment of how much stress you have in your life and how much you are longing to put more peace into your life. I'm going to share with you my 5 top ways now on how to find more relaxation in your daily life. And the first one is put yourself on number 1. That is, make yourself your priority. People who are suffering from a lot of stress and are stress prone, they are usually the ones that put themselves last, right at the end of the line. They think, oh, all the work has to be done first, then the family members, then the household, and maybe at the end of the line they take 5 minutes for themselves, if they do that. So the first thing that you have to understand is that way you're never going to find more balance and more relaxation in your life. So put yourself on number 1. Find time for yourself. Make time for yourself. Do this actively. And understand that if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it. So take time for yourself. Number 2. Make time for yourself every day going into stillness. I do this by meditating in the morning, for example, but you can find many ways. So you could even just sit in quiet with yourself contemplating. My father has a way that he reads an inspirational book in the morning after breakfast, for every day a page with a little passage that inspires him for the day, and then he sits and contemplates this for 5 to 10 minutes and he calls it his meditation. And it is a way of going into stillness and taking time for you, and that really changes the way he experiences the day. And since he does that, he's able to cope with my mother's illness so much better. So that is another example of how you could take time for yourself. Take time in the morning or in the evening, but make time for yourself. Then if you take 10 minutes in the morning, then make another time to, in the evening before you go to bed, take another half an hour just for yourself. Where you don't watch TV, where you don't read a book, and you just go, maybe listen to some music or take a hot bath or something like that, where you take time to yourself. Second point. So in the third one, I will ask you to get out of the house every day, at least once per day. So why is that? Why would you like to go out every day? Well, in all cases, and when we are stressed, it means that we don't get enough contact with nature. Look, so if you just look at it from this point even, we're natural human beings. I mean, we're from this earth. We're not meant to live indoors, in houses, in apartments. We're meant to be outside in the nature. We need fresh energy. As a trained yoga instructor, I believe that the air is filled with life energy, and we need to take this up. We need sun on our skin, even if it is winter. We need to feel the ground below our feet, and we need to look at the trees and be in the present moment and observe that. It really does so well to our bodies to experience nature and to be there. So really make the effort and go outside every day. Half an hour minimum, better is an hour. If you are under a lot of stress, make an effort to do every day for an hour a walk outside. Sometimes I take my mother in her wheelchair outside, and that is my walk out in nature too. So you can find many ways on how to do that. So number 3 was go out into the nature every day. Number 4, socialize. Whenever you look at society today, there is tendency to do everything on the social networks, on our smartphones, rather than face-to-face. And if you look at cultures that have much less stress, they prefer face-to-face contact. They call each other and then meet when they've had a stressful day to get rid of all that emotions. They talk about it, they share. So make a conscious effort to make friends if you don't have enough, or meet with your friends to share your experiences, to share your emotions, and to laugh and to have a good time. Because this is really so important. We're social animals, if you want to call it like that. We're social people. We need the human contact. And we need to share and express our emotions. It's one of the best ways to de-stress and to find some relief of all those problems, because you might find, other people have exactly the same problems as you. So sharing our experiences, sharing the things that worry us and we don't know what to do, makes us feel better. And it works much better in person than over the phone, even if it is via a monitor or something. But face-to-face contact in person is the best one. And the last point I'm going to give to you today is use the relaxation of water. Water is one of the most purifying and relaxing agents on this planet. There's not for nothing that people enjoy the sound of waves. People enjoy the sound of running water and have little fountains in their houses. So whatever you do, even if it's taking a bath, going for a swim, or taking a shower, or going to a lake nearby and just looking at the water, water makes us feel better, as does nature in general. But water also you can use inside the house. It's not necessary to go outside. Drinking lots of water, 2 liters of water, is very important. And if you want, you can do a little special trick that I do, and I use that also for the water that I put into a bathtub. I infuse it with my own love energy. I feel how the love from my heart runs through my arms into my hands. I hold the glass of water in my hands and I let the love run into it, and I imagine how it makes the light in the water flow and how it lights up. And similarly, when I'm making a bath, I let the water run in, and then I put my hands in and I imagine that love energy is running from my hands into the water and filling it with light. And the first time I ever did that was actually so wonderful. I hardly ever wanted to get out of the water again. It was so wonderful. So I can really recommend this little trick I use here at home as well. So now you should have a fairly good overview of where your biggest stress points are and how you can bring a little bit more relaxation into your life. When you go to my website, you will find Emotions Embracing Tool. This is a tool that I have also, that I use every day for myself. And it is something that I can recommend if you're going through a stressful situation, or if you're dealing with any of the top 5 that we talked about, problems that cause people stress, and if you want to deal better or learn how to deal better with your emotions. I wish you a wonderful day. Enjoy until next time. Bye bye.